It's time to create forms. It doesn't really matter which order you create forms in, but just for the sake of being sort of the same, I'll create my form for consultants first since they're on the one side of a relationship. Now, there's no easier way to create a form than to just click Create and Form. There it is. I have the consultants, and it even puts a subtable in because it knows that one consultant will be related to many clients. That's what the relationship set up. So there's that. Couldn't be easier. I'm going to close this and save it. And I will also make one for clients now. So I'm going to just click Create and Form. Gosh, that's easy. Now, when I look at this, I'm not as happy as I was with the consultant form because if I wanted to see who this client's consultant was, let's pretend I actually had some consultants, their name should be right here. And instead, I'm just getting a number, and I'm never going to remember who number 4 is or number 6 is. So I am going to replace that with a combo box. I want to remind you that when you look at the relationships for a database, anytime you have a foreign key on a form for that table, so form for clients, and the foreign key is the consultant ID, that's where a combo box really helps. So I am here in Layout View. I'm going to actually go to Design View, and I'm going to get rid of that field. Now the combo box wizard will start when I click down here, and I'm going to say please go and look up the values I want from another table, and I'll say next. The table I want you to go look in is the consultants table because I want to be able to choose a consultant. Which fields will help me choose? Last name, first name, and that seems good. I will sort by last name. Whenever I have a sort, I go with that. And it'll look like this. I can't see any names in there right now, but that seems good. The field that I want to save this in is the consultant ID field. That's the field I deleted and I'm getting rid of. And I'll put a nice label here. Okay, so I think I just typed a funny thing in there. Okay, so these need to go in a stack with the rest of these guys. I'm going to just draw around all of them and do arrange stacked. And it looks like I have a blank field in there. I'll just click on that and press delete. And now I have a client's form that looks like that. And I'm going to mute my sound effects there. Okay, so I have a client's form and I have a consultant's form. So now it's time to enter data. I don't think you want to see me typing, but I'm going to just pause and type in my consultant data. Okay, I typed in all my consultants into the consultant table, but I did it through my form because that's much nicer to just look at one consultant at a time. Then I typed in all of my clients, and you know, when I put in a client, it was really easy because I'd get down to this field right here. I'd just fill in all the different data, and then when I got down to this field right here, I just picked a consultant for each one. That worked really well. Well, it's time to refine a little bit. I'm on the Use, Modify, and Refine step, and in order to use this, I think it could be a lot nicer. I'm going to go to Design View, and I'm going to put a button at the top, so I'm going to make that control smaller, and I think I'll put a Close Form button and have it say Close Form. Yeah, that's nice. Let's see, I'll move it over here. What else would make this more usable for me? Honestly, I think all of these fields are too wide. I think it would be nice if I chose a design theme. Let's see, that looks good. I can see some of these controls are deep and some of them are not deep. They're shallow, so I'm going to select all of this and size them to the tallest. That looks much nicer. I also know that the most important thing about a client when I look at this form is going to be their name and their assets. So I think I'm going to select those 3 fields and format them bold. And let's go out to form view and just look at that. I'm pretty happy with that compared to how it was before. It's not the prettiest form in the world, but it's certainly nicer than it was before. Now the funny thing is when you choose a design theme on one object like this, it's going to carry through to the other. So if I open Consultant, see how it sort of adopted that theme. I also I'm going to close my client's form because it's really important to work on only one object at a time when you're starting. But I'm going to put a button on this form too. And let's see, it's a form operation, close form, and make it say close form and finish. There we go. I think these are also a little bit wide. Let's see if I can, I'll go to layout view and do that. That looks better. Okay. I'm going to save that and close that form. I could open it and try my close form buttons. Yep, those are working okay. Good. Well, it's time to create my query. I know that I need a query, and I might make several, but I know I need a query. To get only those clients who have retirement accounts. Now I'm going to put both of the tables in for right now. I'm most concerned with the client information. I'm going to select that whole table and add it. When I look at it, everything seems good. I don't know if I need to see their birth date for this particular thing or their gender for this particular thing. And actually, instead of their client ID, I would much rather see the client or the consultant's last name rather. So I'm going to do that. Now, did you notice that I just selected it down here instead of looking at my tables? Let me see, I'm scrolled over here. So I could have just dragged and dropped from this field down here like that, but that's another way to do it. Choose the table and then choose the field. Okay, when I run it now, I'm going to see all the different account types, but I'm only interested in retirement. So I could copy that word and then put it in the criteria row. And let's run it now. Beautiful. I will save this query as retirement accounts. And that is something that was specifically asked for in the brief. Perfect. Time to create a couple of reports. The brief did want a report of retirement accounts. I can do it very easily by just clicking on the query and clicking create report. Now, it's super stretched out. These are too wide and I can see that it goes over the page break. But in layout view, I can just grab the right side, pull them in, and it's getting there. Now I have to ask myself, since this is only retirement accounts, do I really need to see the word retirement all the way down? No, I don't. I'm going to get rid of that, and I'm going to close up the gap by just continuing to click and then press delete. This page number thing is going on to the second page. I'm going to select it and I'm using my left arrow key to move it over. I think I might move it all the way over here. And this isn't deep enough to show the results. Okay, looking a lot better. So I've got everything looking pretty good. I could look at it in the print preview or report view. I'm pretty happy with that. I could format the total to look bolder, but really I'm happy. So I'm going to close that report. And it's going to name itself because that's what the query was named, so that makes it really easy. Well, now it's time to make a grouped report. I'm going to want all the clients grouped by their consultant, so let's start a report wizard. I'm going to grab the consultant's last name, first name, and phone number. I'm going to get the client's data. I'll choose their last name, first name, account type and assets. That looks good. I can see that it's grouping over here. If it weren't, if it looked like that, I'd just choose make sure group by consultant. I'll choose next. I don't need any further grouping. I'm at a sort screen now, so I'll choose last name. I'm going to stick with the other defaults, and this is going to be clients by consultant. Clients group by consultant. I just get rid of the word grouped, so it's clients by consultant. Finish. Okay, also needs a little bit of tweaking. I will move these over a smidge. I will move these over a smidge. I will move these over a smidge. And this certainly needs to be wider. Now, I gotta say, I don't think these titles are looking great. I'm just gonna get rid of those labels. Same for this. I think it's kind of obvious. My phone number input mask didn't seem to, maybe I forgot to save it. I'm going to go to design view and put an input mask on this right now. You can do it right here, and that's good. Let's see if that looks better. Yeah, much better. So Andrea Carrion is the consultant, and here are her clients. The last thing I need to do is I need to sum up how many assets her clients have, and also I think I might count how many clients she has. So since I want to sum this figure, I'll click on it and choose sum, and I would like to count how many clients she's got. So there are two subtotals. Let me make this one look a little bit more like a subtotal. I'll bold it and underline. And then I'm going to go to the grand total figure down here, and I'll bold it, underline it, maybe even make it bigger. And yep, that looks pretty good. Obviously I could do a lot more formatting, but I'm happy with that. Okay, so that's the report all done.